So, 3 things I'm glad I did before I came to Thailand. 1, I made arrangements to keep the same US phone number. It's important that you keep a US phone number when you're over here because of the 2-factor authentications that you're going to get from your bank to verify it's you. If you can't get those texts giving you that 6-digit code, you can't get to your money. There are lots of ways you can do that. I chose to use tello.com. With that one, I could keep the same phone number, which meant I didn't have to go to all of my banks and other financial institutions and websites and things that I use and change my phone number and go through all that. I'm paying $6 a month. I get 1 gig of data. I keep the same phone number, and texts are free and unlimited as long as I'm on Wi-Fi. It does have to be a very strong Wi-Fi though. It won't work on a slow network. A lot of people I understand also use Google Voice, but I'm not sure if you can port your number to Google Voice or if that means you've got to go and change the phone number with all of your banks and other places so that they can send you those authentications. So with Tello, when I got here, something was messed up on, I don't know if it was the account or the settings or what, but nothing worked. My minutes balance showed 0, my data balance showed 0, and on Wi-Fi I couldn't text. But I was able to use their tech support on text in the app and start the process to get that fixed. Unfortunately, they couldn't fix it on that chat, but they did escalate to 2nd level. And after 2 email exchanges and overnight sending them pictures of some settings and things, they came back with some recommendations. And just one quick little setting had to be reconfigured or added in the in my phone settings, and it works perfectly after that. But you do have to be on a good solid Wi-Fi. It won't work. Even with all the settings correct, it won't work on a weak Wi-Fi signal. There was a few moments, couple hours, half a day or so of panic, or at least some stress, because you remember from an old video, and I'll link it, whatever side that comes up on, in the financial planning portion of getting ready for my retirement and moving, where I talked about the one thing I could not do was run out of money. Well, it turns out that the second thing you cannot do is lose access to your money. You can have all the money in the world, but if you can't get to it, you don't have any money. So a little bit worried while that was going on, but again, quick and easy to resolve. Customer service was great. Tech support was awesome, and they knocked it out as quickly as possible. The second thing I'm really glad I did before I left was to set up an account with Wise. This video isn't sponsored by Wise, but I do use them, and I've put a link in the description down below if you want to check them out or at least get some more information on them. Wise allows me to transfer money from my US bank account to my Thai bank account with very low fees and great exchange rates. It's going to be important here that you minimize the amount of transfers and the amount of ATM withdrawals that you make, because the expenses with the ATM withdrawals adds up. This also allows me to keep my US banks. Wise happens to also be paying great interest on their funds that are kept in the savings account. You do have to opt into that, but right now it's paying over 4.3% with current interest rates. So another nice way to save at a high rate. Definitely check out Wise, it's worth it. You can also get a debit card or ATM card with them that you can use over here. I think it's $100 a month, no expenses, but check out all the details on their website. Links in the description, like I said. The third thing I'm glad I did before I came to Thailand, I took the time and got my motorcycle operator's license in Virginia. And I also got an international driving permit. So 2-for-1 item there. I went ahead and got my license in the US so that it would be on my US license, which meant that when I went to get my international driving permit so that I could get a driving license here, all of my endorsements would would carry over so I can get a motorcycle license here, which will allow me to operate a scooter. Now, if you're just coming short term, an international driving permit will also allow you to drive. If you're in the United States, just go to AAA, it's $20, it's good for a year. One caution though, if you're not an experienced driver or motorcycle rider, you might not want to drive here. So many people come here and jump on these bikes thinking it's fun and it's easy. The streets are crowded, the driving is crazy. There's a lot of sand on the streets, and with all the swerving and braking and maneuvering, it can be very, very dangerous to ride here. So if you choose to ride here, ride carefully and definitely wear a helmet. But going and getting that license before I came, it's going to make it a whole lot easier later in the week when I start the process to get my Thai driving license. I'll just be able to have my international driving permit that shows vehicle and shows motorcycle. That way I've got everything I need to get both licenses here. And it's different from at home where you have one license and you get different endorsements for things that you can drive. Here you would have a driver's license for a car and a driver's license for a motorcycle. I'm going to keep working on giving you tips and tricks and things that worked well for me, things that I wish I'd done, things that did not work the way I expected them to, and hopefully those things will make your trip or your move here much easier. If you're liking these videos and you're finding them helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you help me grow the channel by hitting that subscribe button and give the video a like. If you've got any questions or comments about what I've said or things you'd like to see or questions that you have about coming here or moving here, let me know in the comments too. Now, if you're looking for more tips and you don't see them in one of my videos, again, you can ask in the comments, see if I can give you an answer. But you can also go on a lot of the expat groups and travel groups or wherever it is you're going and ask there. But fair warning, those groups are full of bitter people who for some reason brought their toxic Western attitudes with them to this paradise, and you'll get trolled just for asking a question. You won't get that here. Remember, I'm here to help you, and those toxic attitudes and comments, they won't survive on this channel. So these are 3 things that I definitely recommend you have ironed out before you make an extended trip or make the big move to wherever it is you plan to retire. Make sure you've got your banking squared away. Definitely keep a phone number in your home country and get that international driving permit before you come over. You can get them here, it's just a little more difficult here. Cheap and easy to get them in your home country. And if you want to stay here long term and ride a motorcycle, go ahead and get that motorcycle license at home. It'll be an easier conversion when you get here. Thanks for watching, y'all. See you in the next one.